Okay, today we are doing equivalent fractions and decimals, where we're writing fractions as decimals and vice versa, and determining whether a decimal is terminating or repeating. Well, you probably should know what terminating and repeating means. A terminating decimal means a decimal that comes to an end, like need my marker, 0.375. That's terminating. It stops. It doesn't keep going. And a repeating decimal is a decimal that repeats a pattern forever, like 0.333333 on and on forever, and we can say that's equal to 0.3 with a line over it. Okay, so write each fraction as a decimal, round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. Hundredth is 2 places out, so if we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, that means we need to go 3 out. So go 3 places if you can. That's my rule. You go 3 places if you can. You do not have to go past 3 places. You can always round to the nearest hundredth. So 1/4. In order to write that fraction as a decimal, the bottom number always goes out. The top number always goes in. Outside the division box, inside the division box. You always follow the top number with a decimal and then a few zeros. So always 3 zeros because we're going to go out 3 places. So let's add a 0 to that. The decimal goes straight up. Okay, so we bring the decimal straight up, and then we say 4 can't go into 1, but 4 can go into 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. You subtract and you get 2. You bring down the 0. 4 goes into 20 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract and you get 0. Because you end with a 0, you do not need to bring down that third 0. The answer is 0.25. That is a terminating decimal because it ends with a denominator of 0. Now we have 9/5. They already have it set up for us. Our 5 is on the outside, our 9 is in the inside, followed by a 0. We're going to add 2 more zeros to that because we can. The decimal goes straight up. 5 goes into 9 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. We subtract and get 4. We bring down the 0. We get 40. 5 goes into 40. 8 times. That 8 goes after the decimal. 8 times 5 is 40. We subtract and we get 0, which means we can stop. We don't need to worry about these extra zeros. And we get 1.8 because our remainder is 0. It's terminating. The last one is going to be 5/3 to a decimal. They have it set up with the 3 outside, the 5 inside. Bring the decimal straight up. 3 goes into 5 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. You subtract and get 2. Bring down the 0. We're going to add the third 0 there. 3 goes into 20. 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract and you get 2 again. We're going to bring down another 0. 3 goes into 20. 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract and you get 20. Or I'm sorry, 2. Bring down the 0 again because I said 3 places because I'm mean. 3 goes into 20 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. And we're going to keep getting that pattern. Instead of writing 1.6666 and never stopping because it goes on forever, we can rewrite that as 1.6 and we put a line over the 6. And that is our answer. The line over the 6 tells us that that 6 keeps repeating forever and forever. Amen. Example 2, we're going to be writing each fraction as a decimal. Actually, go back to example 1. It says round to the nearest hundredth. So I'm fine with this answer, but if you're actually going to follow the rules of what the directions say, it would be 1.6. This is the hundredths place. That 6 is going to make this go up 1 to a 7. Okay, so either answer would work for me. The next example says write each fraction as a decimal. Because this is a single digit here, we want to see if we can multiply to get a power of 10 in the denominator. Okay? So 5 times what gets us 10? Well, we can multiply 5 by 2 and get 10. And then 4 times 2 is 8. So whatever you multiply the denominator by, you multiply the numerator by. Okay? Now, this says 8/10. If you know how to read a fraction, 8/10, and you know your place value, 8/10 is 0.8, because our first place is the tenths. If you don't know that, though, 10 has 1 0, so you move the decimal from the in. Right now the decimal is assumed to be after the 8. You move it to the left the amount of zeros you have, and you get 0.8. Or you can do long division, put 10 on the outside, 8.000, okay? Decimal straight up. 10 goes into 8 none times, but 10 goes into 80 8 times. 8 times 10 is 80. Subtract and you get 0, so you don't have to worry about those 2 zeros, and you have 0.8. Also, if you show this work here, you can put it into a calculator, and I'm fine with that. Okay, because this is a double digit, we're going to try and do 100. So it's still a power of 10. Our powers of 10 are 10, 100, 1,000. But with a double digit, we're going to see first if we can get it to 100. And our denominator is 50. I can multiply 50 by 2 and get 100. So if I do that to the bottom, I do that to the top, and I get 74. Now 74 hundredths is how that's read. If you know your place values, you know that hundredths goes out 2 places. Okay? So there's 2 numbers there. So our answer is 0.74. Another way, decimals here, we have 2 zeros, so it goes to the left 2 places. Or you can do a long division and do this, or use a calculator. Example 3. Write each decimal as a fraction in simplest form. Now this is where it's important to know your place value chart. If you don't have one, you can print one out. You can come ask me to print you one out. I'll be fine with that. Anyways, the number of digits to the right of the decimal is how many zeros are going to be in your denominator. So there's 3 digits to the right, so we're going to put 1, 2, 3, and we're going to have a lead 1. Okay? Now you are going to put the digits to the right on the top. The 0 and doesn't matter. These zeros don't matter. You're putting the digits other than 0. So we're going to have 18 1,000ths as shown here. It wants it in simplest form. Both of these are even numbers, so we can divide the 18 by 2 and the 1,000 by 2 and get 9/500, and that's in simplest form. Okay? The next one we're going to look at is 1.55. Because there is a digit to the left, we're going to have a whole number. So that's going to be our whole number. We're going to actually have a mixed number decimal, or fraction, sorry, mixed fraction. Now there are 2 digits to the right, which means we're going to have 2 zeros leading with a 1, and we're going to put our 2 digits in the numerator here. And then we have 55 and 100. 5 goes into both of those because one ends in a 5 and one ends in a 0. And we get 1 and 11/20. Okay? You can also do the same thing of putting 155 over 100, just like we did above. And then you can divide 155 by 5 and get 31/20, which if you change that to a mixed number is 1 and 11/20. So either way you get the same answer. A football player completed 1,546 Of the 3,875 passes he attempted, find his completion rate. Write your answer as a decimal, rounded to the nearest thousandth. So, our fraction is what he completed over the total attempted. So it would be 1,546 completions over 3,875 attempts. Okay, you would type that into your calculator with the top number first, the bottom number second, and you get this answer here. It wants to know to the nearest thousandth. The thousandths is 3 places out, so we are going to look to the 4th number, which is a 9. That 9 makes this 8 go up to a 9, so we get 0.399. So his completion rate was 0.399. And that one, they're just kind of showing you how to use a calculator. You put the numerator in the calculator first, the division sign, and then the denominator. So you put it exactly as you see it. You only have one check it out today. Get that one done. I want to see that you can do longhand division with that. If I can see that and you do that one longhand without complaining, I just might let you use your calculator on your homework.